Over the course of my life, I have found that the closer I am to God and relationship, the better I can hear and experience His guidance. A great example of that would be a few years ago, I was in and out of the hospital. I was really, really sick and I had sepsis. And I remember at one point, I was vomiting blood and I had tubes coming from my stomach where there was blood coming out of that as well. And I could see the fear in my doctors and my nurses' eyes. Um, and I think that we were probably wondering the same thing if I would end up leaving the hospital and going home to my family, because that's all I wanted to do was to go home to my husband and my son. And when that happened, it was terrifying. And I'm not one to really scare easily, but that was terrifying. And there was this stillness that came over me. And it was just this feeling of peace. And I could feel God's presence in that moment. It was as if He had whispered in my ear, um, not only are you going to go home to your family, but plans for you. And I want you to work with women. And I remember that so clearly. And just feeling this peacefulness. One minute it's terrifying, and the next just calm. And I've learned that when God says go, I go and I move. I don't second guess it anymore. I don't question it. I move. And well, I was thrilled that I was going to get to go home with my family and that He had more for me. But I was really happy to know that His plan involved me supporting other women. And that's something that I've always enjoyed. Um, oftentimes we don't hear His actual voice, but, I usually get this nudge in the pit of my stomach. And I know it's for Him. There's no doubt, because of that closeness that I have with Him. And it's that nudge, it's like an alert to pay attention. And, other times He just sends messages to us by shifting circumstances or um, with those that He has placed on our path. And no matter what it is, always know that even if it's terrifying at the time, that there's something very beautiful that He has for you on the other side.